Time is running here at Tom's Tourney 2024, and we are bringing you our second game from the women's division here in wonderful, wet and windy, blustery Bruges. It's going to be DESKEAGH, the Irish fun pineapple-based team, versus Jetset LUV. So local Belgians versus Irish imports. I have to say, myself, Hannah Penderbury, alongside Christina Obermeyer, that I think the conditions maybe favour the players in the white tank tops. Thoughts?
Yes, knowing Irish weather. Going up and down with wind, rain, weather, bad weather, good weather, just putting some sun in there. I bet they're really used to it. But also, Belgium isn't a very dry country either, and living probably in worse conditions right now than we have in Bruges. But we'll see. So there's home turf advantage always, isn't there, for the Belgians?
Well, not the most home turf, because of course we also have WUF in the women's division, who will be playing later on this evening in a showcase affair. But what have the results been like so far for these two teams?
So LUV played GB women this morning and lost 7-10, which is pretty good for playing a
silver medal winning EUC side from last season. Yep,
indeed. Thank you. I couldn't really put all the words together that I wanted to. And then the ski finished 15-4 with a win over Falconettes from the Middle Eastern region. So it's that's a pickup team, and they probably had to find their flow, whereas the ski, whilst not being a club team per se, has a few players that come here every year and some that just know each other really well.
Indeed, and plenty of them have got national team experience from back in the day. We don't have everyone's favourite big bad thrower, Anya Gulhini, unfortunately, who's elsewhere trialling for some big bad American team. But massive good luck to her, and we'll see her younger sister Claire there right in the centre of the handler pack, giving us a little bit of Gulhini action, but that one is going to tip away. So I'm not sure that one was for me. Thrown at the knees, and the first opportunity for LUV Jetset. A big backhand break to start us off, and just hitting the deck. No concern to Charlotte Brun. Inside flick this time rather than the around. Looking very dangerous to start us off, and clearly that hard game against GB women has paid off for the Jetset LUV girls.
Indeed, Pekarova with the score in the end zone for LUV. A break to start. Always great. And what nice red zone offense from the Belgian women. Of course, Pekarova, a Slovakian player who moved to the Netherlands and decided to play with LUV this season. What a snifty inside shot, and then the continuation goes inside again. Bit behind her, but I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna take such close of a look to criticize, because that works.
Well, Jetset LUV putting themselves in front very early in this game. Of course, the schedule here, we have 60-minute game slots. We've got the time count up clock these days, so it's important to let you know we've just got an hour of regulation time, +1 cap rules, but there's also a half time, so there is an advantage to be gained. See, that one gets popped up, and Kwan not able to bring that one down.
I just see the wind, and there's always probably the advice to catch your defense, not just pop it up in the air, but it was close enough to the sideline that didn't work. Didn't matter.
So, nice inside shot. Our second opportunity, sorry, to see this deep line offense. Happily just moving it laterally, taking their opportunities and just running up line. Charlotte Peters with the goal. Nice and easy. Bieke van Uitle didn't really have to try too hard with that one.
Yeah, it just looked like perfect drawing board offense. Just starting with the disc on the far side and then moving it to the middle, moving it over to our near side, and then just continuing cuts from that side. Nice flow from LUV, and you can see how hard they have been working in practice to get these systems going.
So 2-0 at the moment for this Belgian club side. Belgian women's ultimate, though, has really been taking strides forth over the past couple of seasons. We love to see it. But can DESKEAGH put something together here? Just taking some easy hand the resets. Very passive zone being played by Jetset LUV. Taking their time. Oh, we love the upside down throws for DESKEAGH. It's a big arcing backhand, but a drop in the end zone. What a shame there, because that was some really nice patient offense.
Indeed, just waiting for the open option and this taking advantage of it. But LUV with a third break opportunity.
Krumik putting that one nice and deep. Ooh. Well, that was a bit of a spicy one.
It really was. I couldn't help myself, but really feel with everyone on the side. I'm like, oh, well, that's a grab. That's a catch. Works. And a nice one. But it didn't have to be that hard behind the player again.
But what a great grab for Anna de Bana.
So good from LUV. The deep shot as well, just timed perfectly. And then it's always really important to have someone else run with you in these situations, preferably not in the position to pull another defender, but to then be the continuation. As you can see it here on the screen, there's actually someone else pointing, and just the easiest pop into space for the score. So you talked about Belgian ultimate, really, the Belgian women's ultimate really taking off. And I think that, so I talked to Silke de la Fauterie, who was also on the game, on the point now, who has done a lot of work for them. She said that they really tried to push and encourage young players to join the national teams and to really, make a difference there and just try and get how international ultimate can be one of the best things.
Well, it's been a long campaign coming. I still remember the 2019 under-24 team that went to Heilbronn that was a real development team, and they had a tough time through the campaign of that tournament, but they really did grind it out, and it is playing against teams that are better than you is a great way to develop and learn. Nice little bit of jumping back there on the far sideline, trying to clear the space in front of Fiona Kwan. Of course, one of two Kwansists. We normally see Jen Kwan playing for DESKEAGH.
Took her sister with her this time.
Well, they're both very good at ultimate. Lovely inside shot to Peters, who puts it. Beautiful backhand pass that's just going to sail a little bit too flat and straight. Could have done with a little bit more edge.
I guess no one really felt responsible to run underneath that. Whereas for these break-on throws, you sometimes just put them into space and wait for someone to run. I do that quite a bit.
Well, when it's windy, that's always a risky option to go for, but not that many yards gained because I think it floated out of bounds relatively swiftly by the looks of this walk back.
Yeah, then I just couldn't see that from my perspective here.
Nor could I, Christina. Oh, I love that, though. Into the space, trying to hit Claire Pugh. Recently returned from some big travels.
You know a lot of things, Annie.
Oh, I follow people on Instagram. That's the key. Michelle Balance on the far side. Popping back to Pugh. Oh, loves the soft scuba, but it's going to be taken away by the defense. Anissa Smith didn't quite get herself in the right position underneath that one, but a nice idea, just difficult to execute against the wind.
Indeed. Especially just right behind the cup, where the cup could easily still turn if floaty pass is probably not the best option there.
And of course, we've got plenty of love in our live chat for DESKEAGH, including a certain Jessica Chambers, DESKEAGH athlete herself. Silky insight to Silke de la Fortrie. Now it's Peters. Oh, that might be a bit easy picking to the defense, and it is indeed. Nice catch block.
And then drop it on reception, but we'll pick it up again.
Yeah, because you're allowed to do that as a defender. You don't get a second opportunity on offense, though.
Would be a very different game, that ultimate.
Certainly would. So looking to try and exploit and get around the cup of this different Jetset zone. They started off with a very passive, flat sort of arrowhead structure, and now it's more of a junk. Nice up line find to sidelong. Oh, and Pugh's going to go for it. Hits Quan, and that's the first point on the board for DESKEAGH.
That was just working it up that sideline on the far side of the pitch. Just being really patient, but also not any other option open by that zone. And as you mentioned, it was a more active cup zone, but once you get that running, it's sometimes so much harder to catch up with it. So we see that nice grab from LUV again. So 3-1 in favor of LUV. Started out right, but they'll start on offense for the first time this game.
Indeed, we'll get to see if that O-line looks any different.
Probably not. When playing 4 points, you probably rotate most of your players in at least once.
Also, I'm not even gonna ask for it to change, because Love Jets is an excellent team name, but it is technically Jetset Love. We do know. But 3-1 with DESKEAGH having put that point on the board, which will get updated for you shortly. Now it's DESKEAGH's turn to come out with what looked to be, yeah, it is a zoney, kind of just maybe an FSU setup. Although the handler marks are a little bit poachy and saggy into the lanes. Seeking opportunities, just happy to keep playing these shorter passes. A little bit of small ball style, typical of the likes of East Block, etc.
Does seem a bit rushed. Now they managed to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, not the most comfortable. But they're good. I really like the eye contact they're using on these give-goes. It really is working out well for them.
Agreed.
Comic to pick out of her, or Lucy as we like to call her, ulti.TV superhero. Oh, that's a beautiful find right the way through, but they can't exploit the jailbreak because of an overshot. Annalyn Verden trying everything possible, but just couldn't be done.
Yeah, not the right approach to it, but not the right position for it, that kind of throw. And DESKEAGH or neither.
Yeah, nice finds there. Just a quick focus and attention turn. Pops it in. Comic. Just easily moving it round the back. Happy to wait until 7 before releasing the disc. Showing the confidence. Oh, but that thrown, I guess the invisibility cloak must have been on the defender there.
Maybe she wanted that disc to really be released a bit later. But either way, defender in the way.
It's like the thrower's got T-Rex vision. You can only observe based on movement. But Lucia getting the defensive block.
A nice position in between two offensive players, reading that disc till it hits the ground.
Oh, that one's very low, but what a fantastic pickup that is from Charlotte Bruns. Not really got too much in the way of lateral movement, but getting the flow going now. Again, looking for those small ball passes. You're going to have to run it down, though. Disc maybe thrown a little bit between the two potential receivers.
Yeah, with the ballerina turn, which probably slowed her down enough for it not to quite be enough time there.
Well, it's that moment of hesitation where you think, surely that's not been thrown at me. You slow down. And that's where you come unglued. But Gilheeney trying to catch up line with that one, just flops into the mud as this pitch gets increasingly churned. Although, dare I say it, the rain is abated.
Don't say it too loudly. We don't want it to. Don't want it to return.
Yeah, Vadea pops back to Bruns. Then Kromek, who I believe is the only female matching player to have won a Belgian Open Championship medal. If my memory serves, which sometimes it does. Either way, she is very good, is Ella Kromek, but that one is going to hit the turf. High release backhand is going to be boshed away. Van Gerdeven getting involved. Oh, that's a lovely disc. High release backhand to try and exploit the separation, but exploiting the hang time is Claire Gilheeney, who rips it down.
Nice watting of the disc. Of course, as a defender, you don't have to look at the back line, so just running under the disc is so much easier.
Yeah, it was a nice idea, but Gilheeney's got too much catch-up pace for that. Speaking of catch-ups, another team in the women's division here at Tom's Tourney, alongside many national teams. Oh, that's a lovely silky curve on that forehand shot, but just a little bit too far.
Also, not quite the right lane because the receiver has to go look behind the back to see it.
A timeout being called, so we will take a brief break here in the booth as well, but we'll see how this point will develop.
Those who do not know their history can never relive it. The skies, the dives, the sideline smiles. Our past is held in photo albums, drinking stories. The present is a gift. And here at ulti.TV, we want to make sure we always appreciate it, capturing the immortal moments of Ultimate from around the world and making sure everyone can enjoy them for free, forever. Because the future belongs to all of us.
Timeout here in the women's division at Tom's Tourney 2024, and currently Jetset Love, or as we're calling them, Love Jets, because reasons. I'm not changing it. I like it. I like our little Lara. It's cute. But yeah, currently leading over DESKEAGH 3-1. We've got quite the long drawn-out point. Both teams making some great ideas, but maybe not the best executions.
Indeed.
That's Dr. Hannah's assessment. What's Dr. Christina's assessment?
I think players are not quite ready sometimes. So I think what we saw from Jetset was a lot of communicating through eye contact and little nods. And I feel like DESKEAGH are not quite there yet with that, which also is something that you learn in practice, or you can practice at trainings. So I think that might just be the difference, that people know what the respective player wants.
So DESKEAGH sticking with the zone. Getting some good communication from the far sideline. It's so loud we can hear it through our headsets. Gilhaney looking to get another block, and she does deliver like the postman. Will immediately get the disc back in play. Oh, that is a lot of defensive pressure underneath from
Indeed.
Charlotte Bruns. And Lucia Pekarova now trying to take on another shot for Claire Gilhaney. Just doing... I'm going to use another. She's like a janitor with a mop.
Is she better than everyone in the deep space? This is a TikTok thing, I'm sorry.
All right.
It's a sound that fit in that situation because she did better than any of the other.
We can tell you're a Gen Zer.
Maybe.
There's nothing wrong with being a Gen Zer.
No, I can't change it, you know.
It's true. It's what the marketeers did to us. They segregated us into all these different weird generations. They could sell us things.
And nobody
But,
knows I'm actually a grandma, you know. I don't care.
Okay. We'll leave that one there. Gilhaney, though, coming to the rescue on a high stall for Helen Barron. Now we've got a little bit of pelt action for Emma Sexton. Love to see the female matching players coming out of that snail loving club. We used to, of course, sing pelt in the open division, but they've been playing some mixed and some women's in their time. Nice find on the far sideline for Verdea. Does a bit of point and shoot. That one's low, though, and an easy pick-off for Gilhaney.
Is that 4 now?
I believe so. I think that's clearly the key for Jetset Love, is to say, okay, don't throw it where Gilhaney is or anywhere near. Maybe they just need to recruit her. Cleaner Doyle pops that reset back. Gets Gilhaney underweight. Nice. Cat's just behind the back hip. Oh, pick out of it. Getting a little bit tasty. Putting on enough pressure, and the turnover signaled easily by cleanup.
Just that throw too fast, maybe, but too zippy as well.
But that one had too much zip on it as well. Overshoots Bruns. Now it's Barron. Gilhaney being matched up by Parakova. Cross to Sexton. And those magnetizing hands of Gilhaney, just attracting the disc but repelling it in the wrong fashion. And this long point continues. I think we'll probably see a full new set of 14 athletes coming out for the next one, because this is dragging here.
Still at 3-1.
Yeah. Jetset Love just needing to bide their time here and slowly work their way through the zone. Can they get the jailbreak? The opportunity is there and the execution is good. Oh, that could be great, but it's not going to be. The wind will surely take that away. And a bit of last pass syndrome there for the Belgian club side.
Indeed, and that's number 5 there in the end zone. They're always getting onto just in front of the end zone, trying to put it in quickly, end that point, but that's definitely not ideal here.
So another opportunity for DESKEAGH. Oh, and a little pop off. That looks to be Deirdre Kavanagh, sorry. Canova? It's almost like Canada. No, Kavanagh. Oh, I love that inside throw from Clonmhick.
Seems like a zone put up by DESKEAGH.
Oh, but that's a really visionary shot. Where was the layout? Charlotte Van Gerven just lets that one go.
Yeah, I think she could have gone a bit quicker and no layout would have been required, or moved towards the disc, where she just moved with it to the sideline.
So Garnier with the disc in her hands once more. Pinned on the far sideline. That's going to be a good run grind from Barron, who's then saying, where is my continuation cut? I wish to lash it. And a deep cut she receives, but she lashes it too big.
And I can tell you where her continuation cut was, on the ground, because she slipped.
Oh, well, there you go then. So a little snatch D. It's going to give the disc back. Oh, are they going to go all the way to the goal line? Yes, they are. And at long last, they finish this marathon point with a Barron in the end zone.
And that's a break for DESKEAGH. You can see the giving and going. Nobody can catch up with them at the end of that point.
Giving and going and giving and going was the theme of that point. We're not back on serve yet. Jetset LUV, of course, coming out of the blocks and getting that early quick turnover and break. But DESKEAGH are showing their mettle as we nearly reach the halftime jingle at 3-2.
That was such a long point.
Must have been about sort of 15, 20 minutes or so.
Something like that.
Including the timeout. But we're going to reach the timed half in very fast fashion. Of course, this is the first edition of Tom's Tourney in quite some time, featuring half times. This is causing some implementation confusion for the athletes out on the pitches, it seems.
Well, then maybe not everyone was at the captain's meeting this morning.
Oh, I'm loving the live chat. A bit of Alan Pearce watching. The Gildini. Never mind Claire Gilheany. Gildini works just as well. And of course, Leanne O'Neill. We often see donning the pink pineapple, saying Gwan the cousins. But Jetset LUV on offense. See if they can maintain their lead in this match. But pool play stages, of course, fighting for position into the crossovers and the championship bracket. Love that sailing pass, but it's going to be a little bit too much for Silke de la Fortrie.
What nice body control to try and keep the disc, deep her body with the disc in hand and bounce, but that didn't work out this time.
Yeah, it looked really cool, but unfortunately it didn't quite work. And another opportunity for DESKEAGH in this game. Pugh. Oh, fires that one up the line. Knee slide, Guitar Hero style. Looking for the reset. A little bit too much jiggling, not enough running. But that one just about hold on to. From Anissa Smith. Trying to engage the reset, just squeaks it through. That one's going to be high for Pugh, but tracks it easily. Oh, little shimmy shake, and there's the silky inside forehand. Pugh unlocks the door to the bank and puts that one in to level us up.
Such a nice inside shot from Pugh, and really good coverage, especially in that reset space by LUV, but DESKEAGH always found a way through, taking the more daunting shots, the arounds and the insides, and if you can execute those, there's really nothing you can do as a defender.
Well, there goes your half-time jingle. Bit of hammer time half-time here at Tom's Tourney. You might not quite catch them on our pitch mic, so we can avoid any copyright license issues with our games. But, yeah, you can't touch this. Well, at the moment, both these teams getting a lot of touches on the disc. Plenty so in that very, very long drawn-out point. But 3 apiece with DESKEAGH at the disadvantage. They started this game out on offense.
Just confirmed end of that point. +1 is halftime.
Indeed, and then we will have Jetset receiving a bonus offense point. Unless, of course, DESKEAGH can take the next one. But this is lovely flow through the zone. Can they continue the jailbreak? Oh, that's a really lovely potential scoring pass. Gilheany underneath it, applying the pressure, though, once again.
Very visionary, maybe a bit too visionary.
Yeah, someone get your D polls out. I think, indeed, Claire does need to change her name to Gildini. Kwan upline to Pew, but you could see a little bit too late. Just nice movement.
You can really see that arrowhead set up. That zone from DESKEAGH.
Like to see the handler set for LUV be a little bit more adventurous. They're accepting negative yards when they're moving the disc laterally across the field. And because of the passivity of this front set of the zone, they don't really need to take negative yards. They can push up a little bit.
They now added a fourth person in Komeka, I think. Vanvik, sorry. Who now really works the middle, and that's exactly where you wouldn't, as a defense, wouldn't want people to be, and to be receiving discs, but it works every single time.
Van Eyck has been part of the Belgian women's national team. Certainly was last season. Extremely handy individual to have with you. And you can see these shots over to Hermans are a little bit unexpected at points for her, but she's making great adjustments. Oh, that one's going to go completely astray, though. What a shame. Declater comes undone. Oh, and that is a beautiful put that's going to go over the head of the receiver. I think we got caught sleeping a little bit there.
Again, that disc just over the top, as you said, over the head, and in the same lane. I would rather love to see a pass that crosses 1 or even 2 lanes. So if she's on the far side of the pitch, I would really love to see passes like this go on that coming to the near side of the pitch. For a deep shot, at least, makes it so much easier.
Oh, cheeky little scoop on that, nearly an air bounce backhand. Van Eyck. That fourth handler really adding a special something to the mix for this Belgian side. But can they just chill their beans? Lovely find through to Peters. Then Hermans. Oh, that one just sneaks through. I think that was supposed to be for Van Eyck. Just patiently, slowly. Hermans now. Oh, there it could be, but it's not, because Anna de Bernat goes up with one hand rather than two. A little bit of heartbreak hotel for the Belgian fans.
And again, just a bit out of position, maybe wanted to catch it inbounds. They're not quite attacking the discs, but also DESKEAGH's not putting a lot of pressure.
It's weird. It's again this last pass syndrome seems to be getting into the minds of Jetset LUV. So another opportunity for DESKEAGH. Wilson on the far sideline. That's a little bit low, but great recovery from Christina McKeown. Oh, no, so that's not the McKeown, that's Emma Healy. They're wearing the same number. Oh, that's a lovely lead pass in stride for Claire Gilheeney. And she'll put DESKEAGH back 1 point ahead. And so the half time will be played to 5.
Gilheeney was starting to run far behind where the disc stood in that moment, and you could see Esther Van Wyk screaming for someone to pick her up, but no one reacted at the right moment for them to stop Gilheeney from receiving that disc. Could read that early, but still. That's a 3-point run for DESKEAGH.
It's a 4-point run.
4-point run for DESKEAGH.
So now if we get a nice mirror image, we should get a hold from Jetset LUV.
See if they can get through it. So this one, we've got half at 5 points.
So it's +1, I think, for the half time. So when the time goes, you finish the point, you add 1, and you play half to that new score goal. Because before that point, it would be half would happen at 8 points. Whoever is the versus score 8, you get. But it's a 1-minute break. It's not huge rest time.
The offensive possession is probably the more important to make it a bit even.
Although by starting off getting that first break of score, Jetset did put themselves in charge with every opportunity. Oh, look at the turnaround of Comac, and immediately throws a beautiful pass to Delafortri, making it look all too easy, despite the slightly scrambly action. And the disc just slips out. Well, folks, that's a really good example of how wet it still is. The rain has abated briefly. Barron looking for a handler cut. All the way around the bank goes Christina McKeown. Oh, that's an absolute laser. No one ain't coming home with that one.
It slowed down at the end, I believe, so it could have, maybe if you would have put on a full-on sprint, it could have gone, but...
Well, they'll let that one go. Could come back to cost them. But that was the decision made by the players on the pitch. And Peters bringing us back in. Nice little bit of distraction technique. As we see a very racy shot. Still goes for it though. Laclaise just decides to say, well, maybe. The last one slowed down. But that's the downwind side. Person coverage a little bit slow off the mark for some of these DESKEAGH players, but that will be very nice to Smith. Now back to Kavanagh. Oh, just about escapes through. That one for Barron. Thinks about it. Oh, huge pressure. What a run through block. Yes, please.
Oh, and that was such a good play. Nobody probably expected her to not give up, but she never did.
Well, you've only got 20 minutes left to try and put yourself back in front in this game. Nice adjustments from Peters. But in their own end zone, being pushed backwards repeatedly. Now escape to the far side. To Lefortry. Confident enough to keep playing in Callahan County.
Oh, that's a cold drop.
Yep.
That's the score.
Exploited very quickly and easily, and DESKEAGH putting themselves in charge in this game. They hit the half-time cap on a goal. So Jetset LUV receive the frisbee on offense to play a downwind offense point. So they do have that slight easier go of it in theory. Although I think we've seen more overshots downwind than we have skew-if throws going into the breeze.
Indeed, with that point, we're just going to replay that point actually. They're going to get that disc and try to work it up the field.
But we'll have to see how the rest of this game goes. 20 minutes left to play. Who's going to come out on top? Find out in the second half.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with ulti.TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
Second half commencing here at Tom's Tourney 2024, the women's division group stages. Jetset LUV, or as we're calling them, Love Jets, on our scoreboard. Events DESKEAGH, the Irish sensation, who have pulled themselves back from a 3-0 deficit to now lead the game 5-3. Jetset just having a bit of last pass syndrome.
And the rain has stopped, so maybe they're just not quite adapted to the lighter conditions yet.
Perhaps not. They do have a big old roster though. Floor Van Dam wearing that 83 shirt. I think it's the first time I've spied her this game. She's very good. Now just taking their time, slowly advancing.
To see that pass back around, I would have loved for the handler to actually run forward and jump into the cup, because there was space for her. So yeah, I think you talked about their passive playing style before, but I would really love some more the line passes and just
like that. They heard you, Christina, and that's going to set up the goal very nicely as well. Nice and easy and smooth, and Jetset LUV stop the stem of breaks that DESKEAGH was starting to run away with there. And it is Van Dam that gets the goal.
It could be so easy, you know.
Could. They did make it look very easy.
Indeed. So they at the break, they probably managed to reset a little bit, because after that amount of break points, you really have to think to really change something. And they did that, hopefully. Because that was also a clean hold, was it not? Haven't seen many of those.
No, not in a while. It's been both teams just taking chunks out of each other, really. We had the Claire Gilheaney Power Hour. It felt like an hour.
If she had a real power hour, there wouldn't be a trouble for DESKEAGH at all.
Well, that would be the entire game length. We are playing to an hour, so 15 minutes and 15 seconds now. Down 2 from this distance, but there you go. McCure. Back to Kavanagh. Big wind up on that backhand swing. Ellen Barron, of course, if my memory serves, formerly of the Irish women's national team, but that's a nice run-through block for this Belgian club. based over in Leuven, where the Elite Invite will be happening next weekend. It's a nice flow through to Peters. Far side. We've seen a change to match defense from DESKEAGH, which may favour the bigger roster of the Belgians, and it certainly seems to be paying off dividends right now. Scholten through to Peters, big swing around. Has a little think about it to Trebroek. Goes towards that corner, but Peters doesn't look at it and shoots the inside instead. Just that soft pocket. Finds Kromek, and that will be us levelled back up on serve, 5 apiece.
Peters moving and directing traffic there in the stack, saying, hey, give me some space in the middle. I want to put it in there. And that inside shot just works out so well for them. Really, really like throwing that, even getting low and to get the right angle on it. And I really also love the composure of Rijbroek to not go for the end zone nice pass, but to think, hey, do I want to do that right now, or do you want to give it to a very capable handler in Peaches, who's going to hit that 9 out of 10 times that inside shot, and she really did.
So we are indeed back on serve fully, 5 apiece. Jetset LUV looking to try and push themselves back forward in this game. Nice high reaching one though. Sexton on the far sideline with that. In fact, there's quite a few of these DESKEAGH players with double power plant action. We love to see it. Gilhaney distributing to centre. Anissa Smith. Oh, nearly a bit of a mistake there for Hannah Wilson, who, if my memory serves, has been playing quite a lot there. The beach representation did pelt women at the EBUCC last season. Back in France. Deep shot goes up. Pack of players developing underneath it, but that's going to go just in bounds. Players on the sideline think it was good, but the mark, Peters thinks not so much. That first foot from the replay looks very good, Christina.
Indeed. I wasn't sure if she landed landed on at the same time with both feet, but she definitely landed left foot first. And
well,
yeah,
we've got someone looking at our screen for the replay.
It's good. Yeah. It's confirmed on the sideline as well.
So we wiggle in our HDMI cables. So Gilhaney, after a little bit of luck for DESKEAGH. Oh, that's not going to be luck though. That's just pure fire. A defense though. I said there wasn't going to be any luck. I was wrong. Gave a pinball for DESKEAGH, please.
I mean, that was very lucky. Probably the definition of luck there, but you couldn't have known that this was going to happen.
I mean, when you put enough fire on your backhands, I guess it has every opportunity to just bounce off the forehead of the defense.
Yeah, but you could also expect the defense to just catch the disc.
That's what I mean, though. You put so much fire on it that no one can catch it.
Sorry.
The Mac has to take the energy of the hot white heat of 1,000 suns off of your backhand round break. But that was, yeah.
Works.
Doesn't have to be pretty, just has to be effective, and that will indeed. 6-5 now, DESKEAGH leading in this game. We are back on serve, but they've had to grind themselves back into it. Those 4 breaks on the bounce. And now as time begins to draw ever closer to expiry. We have 10 minutes remaining. And always so lovely to have so many people in our live chats. If you're watching this coverage and enjoying free coverage here on YouTube, bang a message in the chat. Stella, say hi. Delighted to have the inimitable Lorcan Murray alongside as well. But a very nice pull from DESKEAGH means a full stretch effort for LUV. Pekarova just tossing that little tiny set. Now trying to pin. Vereke thinking about it. Just about makes it to the other player though. Not sure that was the intended target. But it will work. It'll do. Nice find to Kamik. Now Vereke. Oh, that's beautiful to Pekarova. Can the Slovenian be a bit more chill and not get end zone eyes? Well, there's a solid reset. Because that has been the issue with this Belgian side. Oh, that one's just going to make it, and it's over the line as well. Well, no last pass syndrome this time, just a slightly spicy forehand arcing blade, and that'll do.
Oh, indeed. That was a very good one. I thought, I saw that look, you know, and she was thinking about that for quite some time. Can I make it? Is there nobody close enough for me to just yank it in there? And that worked.
Yeah.
Well done.
And a difficult, I think the other thing that makes you hesitate is the difficulty rating of the throw against the wind with the forehand like that. It's really easy. If you tilt it backwards at all, the disc is going to hit the wind is going to hit the underside of the disc and just sail it away. But you're fighting against the wind every inch, and it found one of two potential targets on that sort of soft side. The closed side or break side. Love the live chat. Catch your opposition's Ds from Keith Mayer. And Tina Delet says, go LUV. Lots of support for the Belgians. But of course, we're delighted to be here all weekend at Tom's Tourney. Bringing you every slice of the action. As we see DESKEAGH back out on offense. Big pressure, but can't stop the flow. Coven up. Puts to Sexton. Now through. That's going to be taken away though. The fingertips flying.
There's been a bunch of turnovers or near blocks yet. So just close before from LUV, and this time they actually do get the better of them.
Well, sadly the numbers don't quite match the name, so I can't credit the athlete that got that block, but maybe the job now is to keep Garnier away from the disc. She does a little bit of a poach in the lane there. Oh, the layout goes, but the disc does not end up in the hands of Bruns.
Bruns really jumped around and left her body on the ground so many times in this game.
Yeah, jump around. It's a real house of pain though, the morning after.
Getting up and running again, oh, it's just not ideal.
Well, we are 6 apiece. We'll update our scoreboard. Inside shot. DESKEAGH really do love those inside release forehands. That's a nice dish. Oh, it just bounces off of the chest like a piece of toast in the morning, but noshes it up regardless. That one, a lead to Sexton. Oh, over the top. The foul is called immediately. And accepted, I think. Bruns got a little bit too happy. So 5 minutes remaining now. Just had the jingle. Yeah, the follow through there. Bit too much hand slappy action. Sexton tries to make the throw. Another foul call.
There was a layout on the mark, and we'll see a replay. Oh, not a layout. But I think it's about earlier when Boons moved with the person with the disc in hand.
It's a difficult one because if you still commit to making the throw, well, pops it back to Garnier. Flustering mark. Oh, nearly the run through for Peters, but opens it up. Oh, what a run through though. Eva Rebroek doesn't make a actual contact with the disc, but that was plenty enough to spook the receiver.
Again, they're just close by, and so much defensive pressure, even from a player being near you, can sometimes cause the turn or a bit of fear.
Yeah, Balance doing a big poach off in the lanes, trying to cause some mischief. Oh, is it going to be double happiness? She's got a great read on it, but doesn't put the hands together. Goes up with that one left side. But it's a full stretch. Does we see Sexton collect the underneath? Being patient. Nice run up line. Oh, beautiful power position throw to Kavanagh. Oh, but what a run through block. Oh, yes. Love that. No call. Whistle clean.
And we've got that again. The offense has to stay in bounds. The defense can jump out of bounds and like move everywhere on the field as if it was in. So the run through does not have to look where a line would be.
So Hilke Hermans is her teammates look a little bit unjazzed, but the mud monster just claims the ankle of Charlotte Bruns as she loses her footing. Those patches of mud starting to really develop as the day goes on. Sexton launches it to Gilheeney. Laser throw. That one going to sail all the way over the top. There is the opportunity though. Is that Archer underneath it? No, that's not Archer. That's Christina McKeown.
What a nifty second effort. Tried to toe the line and saw the defense was there, and then recognized that a bit later, like taking 2 more steps would also give her a goal, and that's she did. She just jumped in there. Another long point with struggles on both sides, but again, DESKEAGH with a bit of the benefit.
I think they've just got a little bit of lady luck smiling upon them. So DESKEAGH 7, LUV Jets on our scoreboard, just the 6.
And we are rapidly approaching the 60-minute mark.
Well, this one's going to go right down to the wire, Christina, I feel. You can see the little bit of pelt sidelining. At least some pelt gear over there. The Schneil, of course, Limerick-based club. But DESKEAGH are listed as being a Cork-based outfit, but that just happens. But all of at this tournament, the where you're from question is basically where's your team manager based.
Oh, that was a very close catch near the ground.
But it works, it's fine.
It's absolutely fine.
No problems, no problems.
I love the confidence, honestly. Ooh.
Oh, that's not confident though. That is just a bobble out of the hands and into the ground. De Ketelaere. Hopefully I'm saying that nearly correctly, but that is not nearly going to go in. It's going to be taken away. It looks like Delafortry underneath it. No, it's not. That's one got to go to Nuala Schulten. A second really big play on defense in this game. Lovely find. And unlike the start of this game, again, Jetset LUV just not really pushing forward from the back with their legs. It's a bit better now though. They just don't have that flow to get the jailbreak going when you get out of the jaws of the zone.
We can hear the jingle in the back. Fleetwood Mac telling us games are over. The time is over. Games are not over.
It ain't over till it's over, but we will be having a game to +1, whatever the score is of the highest opponent after this point concludes.
So either a game to 8 or a game to 9.
Indeed. And if it's a game to 8, we immediately will go into sudden death. Universe point finish, as they like to call it. Again, everyone clustered on that far side of the pitch. We saw some really lovely lateral spacing and flow. That's a lot better, but perhaps even be a bit more adventurous for this near side athlete. Really get away from this cup, away from the mark of Claire Gilheany. Make them run a lot more, but that one goes wrong. And some flat-footed defense here from Jetset. Although only so slightly. Up line goes. An adventurous jump, not really anywhere near that goal line, but that's going to work though. Punches it straight in the face. Goodness me. Well, that will work out. Cleaner Doyle, not the cleanest throw, but it works.
Indeed, you can see she's right next to the line and then just turns around, loses the defense for a second, and with an actively looking thrower, that's all you need, just a second of attention.
Yeah, but it did nearly smack Ling just directly in the mouth. If that had a little bit too more pace on it, that might have gone very badly.
Well, she still would have caught it probably, and that's the priority here. Don't mind your face.
I don't know.
Catch the frisbee.
I have to say, everyone that I know that's ever attempted to catch a frisbee in their mouth has usually lost an eye tooth.
Oh yeah, no, I lost a tooth.
Oh wow.
One.
So there we go, folks. We don't recommend that in your health and safety assessments.
Anyway, the score is 8-6 for DESKEAGH, and we are on a game to 9. So either Jetset have to score 3 points in a row, or DESKEAGH need one more, which will need to be a break now, or 2 offensive possessions later.
So it's not 7-all, it's 8-6 DESKEAGH over Jetset LUV. But a big drop again, and DESKEAGH sideline starting to get a little bit more active, a bit more noisy.
Yeah, I can see the energy of them, knowing they could win the game if they just hold on now.
Well, Pelt connection, Wilson from Sexton. Doesn't like the look of the reset. Oh, it just pops off of Gilheany though. A rare misstep for Claire. Scuffing into the ground. Jetset really being pushed. Verreyke on the far sideline into Delafotri. I have a feeling we've got some power lines going to try and finish this one out. Verreyke now to Kremek. Oh, that is quite the bomb into the end zone. What's it going to be, folks? It's going to be no backup from Van Gerven and no hope.
Van Gerven was there though. She could have run under the disc a little bit and help a little bit more, but instead she just watched it float down. That might be the tiniest difference in favor of DESKEAGH.
Well, in windy conditions, you really do just have to go for everything exactly like that. Just make sure, even if you're on defense, shepherding the discs to ensure the turnover, but Peters will pick up. As Verreyke sort of jogging in front, and that one's going to just tipple away from the fingertips of Delafotri.
It's a very typical cut for her. Run down and get the inside shot.
Gilheany to pick up once more. Oh, love that. Hammer out of the Gilheany family recipe book. Sexton now has a little think, not much action. Gilheany trying to corkscrew around, but that one's going to require all of the rundown. Is now without the rain. Oh, Gilhaney going for it though. Power position. That might be a little bit too much though. And yes, indeed, the legs. I think it's Aoife McKeown. Just not quite got enough to give.
Yeah, just not quite there. A beautiful put, but too far out for, especially for the amount of minutes that this point has already seen.
Well, we had that marathon point towards the end of the first half, so maybe like a mirror image. We've got it now. Van der Beek seeking options, has De La Fortry underneath. You can see upfield the cutters, how much time they're having to take to try and turn on this squidgy surface of this pitch. Van der Beek now. Big buffers for the defenders trying to protect that open side, really just standing firmly in the lanes. Trying to play smarter, not harder. To come though with a lovely break. Low release forehand. Receives the disc back. Now dishes up line. Kameka again, chain and look charge. Take charge even. Soft inside backhand. De La Fortry looking for the back of the end zone, and that will finish the point off. 8-7, Love Jets. Jetset's team got to try and punch more. 2 more in. DESKEAGH now with the pressure on their shoulders.
And that, the only difference about that and the previous point was that LUV actually played the power line, put out their best and the players that know each other the most, or the best out there, and they did at the end, and their last possession really play it from one side to the other with ease. But there's going to be at least 2 more points for them if they want to win this game. We'll see who will stay out there if they change their personnel after this long point.
Well, we're going to have Silke De La Fortry staying on. No surprises there. But on the other side, we've got plenty of talented personnel too. They seem to be saving Claire Gilhaney for the potential power line if needed in the next point, if this set of 7 can't finish it off. But we've got an Archer, a Kwan, a Ling. I think that's a cleaner Doyle.
Ooh, that's a very short pull.
Indeed. What a gift. Or maybe it's some kind of tactic, Christina, but I have a feeling we're going to make short work out of this one.
Oh, the wind is picking up a lot. Maybe they just wanted to minimize the deep shot options.
Perhaps. So Kwan to get us started. Big defensive block, though, run through on the first pass. Well, maybe that was indeed the plan. Laura Close boshing the disc out of contention. So Peters turning all the way around. DESKEAGH relying on the zone. It's a lovely bit of movement.
Peters really taking this active handler role is so important in any zone.
Well, as we've mentioned many times before in the course of this game, when the movement has been swift, it's worked, but that's not going to work out at all. Just hits the dirt. And another short field opportunity to close this one out for DESKEAGH.
I feel like what some of the Jetset players are lacking is intention when throwing, especially in the wind.
Doyle through to Kwan, and that's the goal. Easy upline run, but there might be a pit call. Or perhaps not inbound, that back foot maybe stamping down before the front one. So tap back in play. We go to a replay, but it's just going to be an easy backwards negative yard taking pass. Archer with the layout just to secure things. Back to Ling. To Kwan. Oh, that's going to be the break and the goal. And around backhand with ease, and So nice they had to do it twice. DESKEAGH take this one 9-7 after Jetset LUV had that fantastic start. They put their foot down, worked their way through the gears and took the win.
Yeah, you can really see they found their composure, and now especially that last offensive possession was so nice, really working it from one side to the other, finding the open players, and just a bit more calmness there and doing things with intention, as I said before. So very good showing of DESKEAGH, and also Jetset had some very nice points and ideas, but DESKEAGH this time. So a little bit more luck, a little bit more skill.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed watching this one as much as we have. Pineapples on the rise here in Tom's Tourney. But don't go anywhere, folks. In a few brief moments, we will be bringing you action from the Open Division. It's going to be Chuck from France versus Costa Rica Grandes of the Italian nation. For myself, Hannah Pendlebury, and for Christina Obermeyer, we will see you on the other side.
Thanks. Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, ultimate.
ulti.TV.